Right, so hey guys, here I am today. I am in my room and hopefully going to show you around my setup where most of my videos are shot, where I edit them. So without further ado, here we go. So I'm going to start the video from the outside, and here we go in. So this is the room which my setup is in. There it is, there's the setup. As you can see, my chair's there, which is actually a custom built chair. So I'll just get that out of the way and quickly show you that. So it's actually made from a car seat, which I then put onto an old set of desk chair wheels. It's pretty comfy. I like it quite a bit. It's got nice support in the side, and well, you don't really fall off, so it's not really a problem. So that's the chair. So now if we come over to the desk, we can see the centerpiece is obviously that MacBook Pro Retina, which was my Christmas present. Next to that we have the Apple Magic Mouse, which I really enjoy using because of its multi-touch gestures, which work very well with the Mac. And we can see there we have the two cables running in, which are the MagSafe and the Beats cable, which goes into my audio system, which I'll talk about later. Behind it I have was pretty much a very cheap 19-inch TV. I don't really use it anymore because the Mac doesn't really like outputting to it, because it's only really a 720p display, so yeah, it kind of sucks. Next to the TV we have a desk lamp, which helps illuminate up the wall and really keep this desk lit up. I don't usually use it, but it really improves with the lighting for this video. So then if we go along, what we have on the L part of the desk, if I start at this end, I've just got some pieces for my motorbike, including some stickers. There we've got an Apple charger for my iPad and my various remotes. We've got the remote for my TV, which is this one, remote for my stereo, remote for my LED strip lights, which you can see under the desk. Really great addition to any setup, very cheap. You get about 5 meters for about £10 off Amazon. Brilliant investment. Then we got my box of miscellaneous items. I've got a few camera cables, a cable for my hard drive, old Nokia, because why not, and just loose change, and some hooks which are very useful for tightening up quick release plates, surprisingly. And next, just below that, is the Apple cleaning cloth to keep that Retina display nice and clean. Moving along, we have an old hard drive, which I used to use, don't use it anymore because I upgraded to a newer one. This was just a cheap one. I was kind of concerned for my data, so I upgraded and also went and got a USB 3 one rather than this USB 2 one, and it makes such a speed difference. And next to that we have a clock, which is some cheap radio control clock I got years ago. Still works, so why replace it? And next to that we have my Benra S4 fluid head. The handle is over there, which is where I store most of my camera gear, which I will go through after the desk. Here I have a speaker because I quite enjoy my music, so I love to keep my Bluetooth speaker around. Splash proof, which is brilliant, so you can take that bad boy in the shower. And then coming around even further, we can see we have a Canon battery charger, which is for my DSLRs. It's great to keep it on your desk, very easy to slide the batteries in and out of, and it shows you when they are fully charged with the indicator LED, which is placed there. I'm sorry, that's my phone going off. So that's the phone gone off. Sorry about that interruption. So here is my speakers. We've got one there, we've got one there. They are wired speakers, they're only 10 watts, but they're loud enough because they are very direct. So I have them in a triangle setup for where I sit, which gets the sound straight into your ears. On this side I have a cable which goes into my MacBook, which will run to my hard drive, which is mounted under my desk. And then obviously there is that MacBook. This is what I edit most of my videos on. It is the 2015 model and it's got plenty of power for editing videos, not many frame drops, good for a little bit of gaming. I think it's an overall brilliant laptop. So that's pretty much what's on my desk. Now I'm just going to run over some of the other stuff, such as the audio system under and my cable management. So we come into what I do for all of my audio system. Here we have my Behringer, I think it's the 802 mixer, so at the top, your Q802 USB mixer from Behringer. I've got a review of this actually on my channel. It's a pretty good review, I think. And that's what I run my audio through. So here I have the main mix, which goes to those Sony stereo speakers. I have this mix, which goes to my subwoofer, which is down here, which is a Vibe Audio. I think it's the TV5 subwoofer. I believe it produces 20 watts of bass. Absolute brilliant piece for the money. I think it's about 20 quid on Amazon, which is an absolute bargain for the bass it produces. Also on here I have in here I have the input, which is from that Beats cable you saw going in my MacBook. So that's what that one does, so you can turn that up and down. You've got your EQ. And this one, these last three empty channels. It's great if you ever want to quickly switch between MacBook and another source. Don't really use that anymore, but hey, it's good fun to be able to separate the sound from the bass, because it's all about that bass. So next to my desk, or under my desk rather, we have the collection of boxes down here, which starts with my Vanguard tripod, going up to my Fluids head, the MacBook, my Beats headphones, my Samsung Galaxy Note 3 and my iPad 4. I think it looks quite cool, especially because it's right below the LED strip line, so it all lights up. Also under my desk I have the box to my Innovation Launchpad, and we have a keyboard which happens to it my iPad. Oh, and also an old hard drive, kind of forgot about that. Going under the desk you can see I have a box of miscellaneous chargers and more cables. Don't get used that often, but need them quite easy at hand. Also have an extension lead under here with my MacBook charger and some other plugs. Makes it easy to access. And then this is a box which I built out of some wood and painted black, which contains like all my power transformers, some more extension leads and a network switch. Very useful thing to have under your desk. It really contains all of those transformers, especially when you run quite a lot of things. And then obviously you can see more of those strip lights and the wires, which I will now get further under my desk and demonstrate how I do my cable management. So here we go. So I'm now under my desk and I'm going to show you here how I do my cable management. And what you'll notice is these black clips which are screwed to the desk. These I believe are called P-clamps. You screw them to the desk with your cables inside and they stay up there. I actually like these because this was a custom built desk which I built, so I don't mind screwing it to the bottom. It was only like really cheap because all the wood was free, so that's fine with me by screwing into it. It's probably not the best way if you'd paid for your desk, you might not want to screw it all up from the base. They're great because you can take them off if you're going to take cables out. It's probably not the most convenient way if you're trying to take cables out. However, what I've done for things like my MacBook charger is you can put the screw only through one side, so the cable, if you just ping it up, you can see you can unclip it. It's usually a lot easier, but I'm holding the camera right now, so it is quite a bit harder. Under there I used a few little hooks to hold up my Transcend 1TB USB 3 hard drive. This is the military grade one. I picked this up on Black Friday, it's like £35. It's a great hard drive. Like the idea, knowing the security that if I drop it, it's gonna have a bit more protection from the elements, just a standard hard drive. And there you can also see up here is my LED strip light, which runs down there and all the way down that leg. And again I used a P-clamp up there because the adhesive that comes on these cheap LED strip lights is pretty rubbish. As you can see, it's sort of coming off here, sort of really bad, so I definitely suggest either using some better tape on the bottom of these or using clips like I did, because well, they fall off pretty much. So that's my cable management, so I will move on. Well, it appears I missed a section, which is where I store all of my gear, which I'd like to illustrate to you guys now. This is actually a container holder which was from IKEA. No idea the price, I've had these for ages. My dad got them for me and I sort of transformed how you use them. As you can see, I have one over there which is still got the containers in, and the containers are still useful but not for gear. So now looking at what I now do with it. So just before I go over this, I'd like to say that some of the gear is not actually here right now because it's either on this camera or is out somewhere. So here we go. So starting with the top drawer, which is the one which I have all my cameras on. So here we have my Canon 40D, my Canon 30D chilling back there. Don't actually have the straps on them right now. The strap for it is down here because I prefer the wrist straps. I feel it's never in the way really. But when you're doing time lapses, any strap's in the way, so I just take it completely off most of the time. Here we have two of the cases for my SJ4000, which is also here. And then there we have a card case which I keep the remainder of my cards. All these cameras mostly I usually keep a card in. I always try and keep batteries in them, but just in case I leave a reminder under each label. So when I pick it up I can see, has it got a battery, has it got a CF card, I can check through that, check the camera, so I don't have to go out and then not have either of them. And also I label what should be there, which is quite useful so you can see what is and isn't in its place. So that's the camera drawer. So now we're down on the lens drawer, which is the one below the camera drawer, which I felt was probably the most ideal place, where we have where I store my lenses. This lens right now is actually on this camera, so it's kind of hard to put in its place. So here we have a FD lens. This was featured in my vintage lens video, as was that and that. And then behind it we have my 70-300 lens. It's okay, works some telephoto, produced some alright photos. And there would be my non-IS 18-55. My IS version actually broke, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind, that's how the world goes. And then next to it we have a Carl Zeiss 135 f3.5. And on the end we have my 50 1.8. So there is the lenses, and you see on these lenses I've actually used P-clips to hold these in place. Unfortunately these two were too tall to stand in the gap, so I've actually used little brackets which are usually used for making things like shelves and supporting corners. And again, under each one is its own label, so you can see there 35-70 f4. So that is the lens slider thing. Now we'll drop down to what is probably the most crowded, or one of the most crowded areas, which is the camera accessories one, where I keep all my camera accessories, kind of in the name. So here I stow my two spare batteries, we have a flash bracket, an FD filter, which is quite a, not an FD, ND, which is quite a new addition, hence it doesn't have its own label. We have a wide angle there. I think this is a brilliant tool, especially if you need more light or a bit more wideness. Behind that we have a flash, an old film camera which I've covered up because I don't have a lens cap and don't use it and didn't want to fill it up with dust. And there we have a intervalometer, brilliant for time lapses. And I have what contains the rest of my filters. Here usually goes a hot shoot tripod bracket, but that's out at the moment. I was using that earlier. And then here we have a flash bracket, so you can mount the flash onto a tripod. Very useful when you're doing flash photography, you need two flashes. And then here we have a Chinese timer, which has started ticking, which is used for time lapses to get some nice smooth panning shots. So that is my camera accessory. What is the last drawer, but not the last part of this gear section? We have the storage of my SJ4000 mounts. This is quite a crowded drawer again, but it's all kept in their own bags so that they're nice and secure and easy to grab if you want to quickly get out and grab everything. So we start down here, we have the batteries. We also then above it have a chest mount. Behind it we have a head mount. Behind here, you can't really see it, there's a frame for it. And then we have a bunch of screws, the handlebar mounts in there, and just all the clips. I find it's very good to keep these in a bag because you've got lots of screws, lots of nuts, lots of little plastic adapters. very easy to grab them all in one lump. And there we have a suction mount, which I haven't used that much, but it was great on my holiday series when we were travelling a lot in the car and stuff like that. And then here we have a screwdriver, which is very good for tightening up all the SJ mounts. Since quite a lot of the SJ mounts come with really rubbish plastic, they really don't bite each other, so you have to get those screws down really tight. And obviously you want to definitely be able to get them undone, so that screwdriver comes in very good use. It's a nice little stubby one, so it fits in my camera bag nicely. And here we have a little tripod. I do have another little one, but I'm using it to hopefully stabilise these shots. So there we have it, that is my SJ4000 little slider. Alright, at the bottom of this rack we have my drone gear. The little reminder here reminds me that both of my batteries are dead, because quite a few times of this I've gone out, got to like my location, found that the batteries are dead, being me not checking before we go, which is a bit stupid of me, but hey. And so down here we've got two LiPo batteries, which, as the note says, are both flat. We have a selfie stick because it doesn't really fit anywhere else, so it's just sort of chucked down here. There's that camera mount. We have my Simulaar X8C drone and its remote. So there, that is all my gear, how I store it, and how it is all kept nice and organised. Right, so that's the end of my 2016 setup tour. It's the first setup tour I've ever done, starting the year well off with another video. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. Subscription, likes and comments are greatly appreciated. I try to answer all of your guys' comments because I feel that answering the questions is really helpful for you. I like talking to you guys. So thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and of course share this with all your friends. I really want to try and grow this year in 2016. So thank you for watching. That's it. Over and out.